We're going to begin with a slice, as it were, from a new book and play. It's called Confessions of a Golfaholic, and it was written by John O'Hern.
It's the high holy week of golf. It's Christmas and Easter and the 4th of July all rolled into one. And I sit worshiping before my television set. I'm praying at the altar that is August. It's the Masters, and I'm riveted. Then the commentators, they start using trigger words for me. Fantastic fade, incredible draw. Look at that wonderful compression he's getting on that great lag. My breath catches in my throat. Compression, lag. My mind zips back to that god-awful round I had that morning. Well, that's what I didn't have. I didn't have any compression because I didn't have any lag. I didn't have the lag. But I can fix that. I know I can. You know, I gotta go hit a bucket. But I gotta be careful. Because I know my wife, Lisa, she knows I played 18 holes already. So maybe I have to sneak it out. But no, I'm an adult. I didn't do anything wrong. I can just go ahead and do it. But first, let's DVR the tournament so I can watch it later. Hi, John, you are on top of your game. 10 feet from the kitchen door, tragedy strikes. John, are you taking a break from the Masters? Could we? Oh my God, she wants to talk. My mind is reeling on this compression lag. I see her lips moving. I'm not getting any of the words. She starts to go on, and then she sags. She must see my eyeballs dancing around in my head. Oh, I'm sorry, John. Am I interrupting something? Were you on your way out to hit a bucket? I decided to go with honesty. Because occasionally honesty works in America. Yes. John, you played 18 holes this morning, and I know you hit a bucket. What are you doing? I don't know, sweetie. I was watching the golf, and then suddenly I felt I might lose my swing. Lose your swing? You've been playing golf for 27 years. How could you possibly lose it? Bang! A firecracker goes off in her head. The answer to some unsolved, decades-old riddle has come to her. Now, wait a minute. Don't you belong to the range plan where you purchase 75, 100 buckets a year? Don't you do that? Yeah. And how many balls are there in a bucket, John? Now I'm talking to her like a 5-year-old who's been caught shoplifting. 40, 127. A number flashes across her eyes like a slot machine payoff. Bang, bang, bang! 60,000 balls, John! You get 60,000 balls! And you don't have the swing yet! Get it out! My name is John. My friends call me Johnny O. I'm a golfaholic. Oh, you're supposed to say hello, John. I never would have become addicted to golf if somebody, a friend or a family member, had come to me and offered me a little advice, just a little counsel. Johnny, come on. This golf business of yours, it's a little dangerous. I never heard that. On the golf pads or boxes of balls, there's no warnings, caution. The physical activity associated with this product is highly addictive and could consume you. I never heard any of that. So, like an idiot, I borrowed my father-in-law's clothes and I drifted over to the local place. I went into the golf shop. It was love at first sight. It was such a man shop. It was always mahogany wall, And the racks of clothes, the snazzy pants, the shirts, the hats. Dignified men standing around waggling pockets. Talking about serious things in low tones. Racks of shiny irons on the walls. Dazzled me. I was like a 5-year-old. I just wanted to touch everything. The balls, the tees. If I had been listening carefully, I would have heard Rod Serling do the voiceover. Meet John O'Hern. Husband, father of 2. He's wandered away from the bucolic setting of his in-law backyard. And he stumbled into a golf shop. A gateway, if you will, to the twilight zone. Behind the counter was a young woman, name tag, Penny. Can I help you? Yeah. Like to hit some balls out on the range? Would you like a glove with that? No, I'm just going to hit a couple. You look like a newcomer. Can I give you a bit of advice? Sure. Golf. It's a recreation, not a religion. Great. I don't know what that means. It'll come to you. So I go out to the range with my clubs and my balls, and I loved it out there too. It was quiet. The sun was out, it was warm. There was a smell of cut grass, little birds chirping above. The place spoke to me. This will be your sanctuary, John. This will be your fortress of solitude. No one will bother you. Now you have to understand, I did not know what I was doing. I didn't have a clue. So the first ball that I swung at, I missed it completely. Twice. Four. It was a horror show. But I was determined not to leave before I hit one good shot. So I stood there and I savagely attacked those balls for 2.5 hours in the midday sun. I gave myself blisters on both of my hands. I was covered with sweat and dirt and bits of grass. I went through bucket after bucket after bucket. When I went in the shop for more buckets, Penny wouldn't even look at me. Here. I was just another addict. When I ran out of tees, I started combing the grass in front of me, looking for local tees that people had thrown away. I could hear people laughing at me from the back of the clubhouse. I didn't care. I was laughing at myself. And then it happened. I'm standing there, red in the face, panting, and by God, I just ripped. Oh! It was a gorgeous shot. I stood there holding the pose, riveted to the flight of the ball. Every fiber in my body quivered with excitement for that one moment. I was a golf god. I had uncovered the secret. Then, of course, I immediately lost it. But I was determined to get it again. I had found my mission in life. That night, when I lay in bed, so stiff I couldn't even roll over and give my bride a hug, I lay there and I had my first full-blown golf fantasy. My brain, for reasons only an addiction specialist could tell you, throbbed on to golf as some kind of a sexual substitute. Because never again did I go to sleep dreaming about blondes, or redheads, or brunettes. I dreamt of myself standing tall on an elevated tee, the wind blowing through my very full head. I dreamt of a 250-yard drive, crack, right down the center of the fairway, high, with a little draw. I dreamt of high-lofted 5-irons going way up in the air and landing softly on dew-covered greens. I dreamt of putts racing across the undulations of the green and diving into the hole to the roar of the crowd that had now taken a permanent residence in my head. I lay there, I heard shouts of, "You the man! Go in the hole!" I lay there, fully excited. My bride rolled over, she couldn't help but notice my excitement. Oh, Johnny. I bet I know what you're thinking. I bet you don't. I never saw myself as a man with a sickness, a degenerate golfer. I was not the guy, the family guy that you heard about in the clubhouse whispers. The guy who woke up rubbing crust out of his eyes on some desolate beach in South Carolina, with his arms wrapped around his clubs and no memory of how he got there. That was not me. It's not that there weren't, rough patches along the way. One night my wife caught me unawares in the bedroom. I was lying in bed, I was in my pajamas, and I wasn't alone. John, what are you doing? I'm waxing my club hands. I'd like to bring them up to a nice high buff. Get them out of here. There's not room for the three of us. Oh, sweetie, you make it sound like I'm having an affair. You are having an affair. With golf. Oh, stop it. You're being silly. I am not being silly. Now be honest. You wouldn't have sex with me now unless I painted myself green and stuck a flag between my legs. It's quite an image, isn't it? I want to leave you with a cautionary tale. This is a story that happened to me in the golf shop right before my eyes. I was so inspired by it that I went right out and started writing my novel. Saturday afternoon. It's hot. We have the air conditioner on. Everybody's out on the course already. Me and the boss are just standing there having a little chat. A little boy walks into the door. He's got a towel over his shoulder. His hair is wet. Got a bathing suit on, flip-flops. Can I help you? No, I'm just looking. Okay. He wanders around a little bit, and he goes over to the window and he looks down at the driving range. Wanders around a little more, and then back to the window. And then we forget about it. We're talking and chatting, telling jokes and laughing. 40 minutes go by at least. And out from behind a big golf bag steps the little boy. Now he's shivering, have a towel, and lips are chattering on. Can we help you? Can I borrow your phone? Sure. Takes the phone, a tear leaps out of his eye. Mommy! Oh,